why am I locked in here?
You freed the variant. You were disloyal to the TVA.
Disloyal?
Did you think you'd escape punishment for that?
Disloyal to who? You were in the Timekeeper's chambers. They weren't real.
And why do you think that changes anything?
That changes everything.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just more of the same, where it's like more stuff that's not answered. Like, why did she spare B-15? Why wasn't B-15 just pruned immediately? Like, we don't get an answer as to why she's sparing B-15. We also don't get any sort of clarification as to what her endgame is. We see later Renslayer, like, once again asking Ms. Minutes to check on the files of the origins of the TVA, as though she doesn't know. Like, she wouldn't have done that already. Like, this whole thing with her is just, it's kind of plot-wise, it feels a little kind of hard to believe and shaky in a lot of spots with this character in particular.
Yeah, she was like she was trying to buy time, looking for things, the spaceship that can go through this this portion. It was just a bunch of just like, I don't know. Like I said, it did none of it felt right. Like I want to see where they go with B-15, because she's one of my favorite characters now of the show itself.
You're right.
I mean, there's obviously Loki, there's Morbius, and then I believe B-15. I think she's going to play a big part in the way that this series wraps up.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure where it's going to go or how it's going to wrap up, but I mean, we'll find out. I mean, there's just like, we didn't get nothing in this episode.
Basically, that's the answer that we got. Like, it's because plot contrivances. Like, why was B-15 spared and she's sitting in a cell? Well, because we need her to be there in the TVA for episode 6 when Mobius comes back, and those two can team up and, continue the plot.
Why wasn't she pruned? Why didn't they prune her?
Right. No good reason, just because we need her for, the finale. Basically.
Well, I mean, the only thing they gave us for why she wasn't pruned was, you were enchanted. You need to tell me about her. That doesn't fly.
Like,
I mean,
why at this point? Like, if she's gone, if Sylvie's gone, like, then why? It's just like all of this and I don't think they're not gonna wrap up. It's so weird because this thing was plot wise was like very tight, those first few episodes, because it had a lot of story to tell with the introduction and the world building. And now that the worlds that they built initially is kind of crashing down around us, as far as, who and why and what's the real reason behind this whole thing. I feel like they're kind of losing the thread a little bit with a lot of these things.